and feed us revelation knowledge as we give you praise this morning in Jesus' name. Well, shout in this atmosphere. Yeah. You gotta understand, your shout is a warfare cry. Shout! Glory to God. Yeah. Those who have studied and took time to really investigate the scripture, when the scripture says shout unto the Lord, see, those have taken time. You send forth a piercing sound beyond your sound. When your sound comes from your belly, there's another sound that mingles with your sound that pierce second heaven activity. And so demons know that when a sound resonates from your spirit, angels get in the middle of your sound and they say, oh my God, have mercy. And here is what happened. Here is what happens though. When your sound comes out of your mouth, there is assistance that take place in the realm of the spirit. There is an angel that never leaves you. I said there is an angel that never leaves you. You have angels that never leaves your presence, but there is a host that fights for you. And when a war cry comes from somebody's spirit, the heavenly hosts literally get in rank to go and bust up activity hanging up over your head. So when I told you to release a shout, when that shout came from your spirit, whatever was holding up that belongs to you, angels assist to bust it, and it has to go. And then what needs to get to you, to get your answer to you, it comes through. That's why Daniel prevailed 21 days. That's what brought that angel on through. Without that angel would have never got through with his answer. He stayed 21 days. He kept himself positioned before God. Now I got to believe Daniel, not David, but Daniel also mingled his prayer life with some praise too. I got to believe in them 21 days, not only did he talk to God, but he worshiped God. And it caused his angel to get reinforcement in the spirit realm. You got an angel, that's Michael, is the warring angel. And when your angel needs some help, Michael, the warring angel, will show up with his host to help fight whatever's happening in the spirit realm. Y'all got to understand, that's a whole realm separate from this realm. So what has to happen is this: you got to prevail on the earth so your angel can come on through with your stuff. So if your angel happens to by chance end up in warfare in the spirit realm, trying to get your answer to you, whatever armor you do not put on your angel, don't put it on either. Y'all don't understand, the spirit realm is real. So you come in here half jacked up, your angel say, you left me defenseless in the spirit realm. You was given an armor on the earth for a reason. So whatever you put on, your angel come with that stuff too. You fail to put on your helmet, guess what? Your angel in the spirit realm doesn't have that armor either. It's assigned to you. The moment you understand spirit realm stuff, you'll quit walking out your house unarmed, because your angel he's having to fight harder in the spirit realm just for you to get through, just to help you to navigate around demonic warfare, because you literally disenabled him. But Daniel stayed there 21 days until assistance came. 21 days. He said, I heard you the first day, but I met up with the prince of Persia. I know it was for me to get here, but I met up with a prince. I met up with a demon, the prince that rules over the territory where you were praying at. I met up with that prince in the spirit realm, but the Lord heard you the first day you uttered it, but I was caught up in the spirit realm in warfare. But you prevailed and broke through, Daniel. You prevailed in your prayer. You kept on praying, and I was able to bypass the warfare, and the Lord sent me help. somebody gonna get that one, and that's gonna change your life. You're gonna say, that changed the equation. I better not be a lazy believer. You listen to me. He said, all that's engraved in the palm of my hand, nobody can snatch you out. But let me tell you something. You can walk away from the presence of God. You ain't out of his hand, but you away from his protection. You stepped away from his protection. Now you done went on demon ground, trying to win a battle on demon ground, using demonic tools, trying to win a spiritual battle. You lose before you start. I say you lose before you start. It is a foolish person to think you can win a spiritual battle using fleshly means. That's why the book of Ephesians 6 chapter told you, you wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers and rulers of darkness of this world and spiritual wickedness in high places. He told you what your warfare is against. So you can walk around here and not renew your mind, and you will get bamboozled. Shake yourself for a moment. You will get bamboozled. The first thing he's coming after is your mind. Because whoever controls your mind controls your world. Listen to me. Whoever controls your mind controls your world. Because if they control your mind, they'll get to your emotion. They get to your emotion, they're going to get to your thoughts. They get to your thoughts, they're going to penetrate your heart. When they penetrate your heart, they will have their expression through your body. It is a skillfully divisive plan of the enemy. This is why we're unfacing the spirit of deception. Now, each one of y'all should have, I took time, it took hours and days to take time to put, and I didn't even go comprehensive. I did enough so it will intrigue you to go beyond where I stopped, to make sure you see we're dealing with Exapatao. Say Exapatao. That means the word beguile and also the word deceive, which the bottom line is the word deceive. Exapatao deals with what? To be what? Hoodwinked. Remember we talked about it. Outwitted. You got outwitted by the devil. What do you mean by outwitted? He used superior, clever craftiness against your mind. What he did was, look at it, he studied you. He studied your pattern, studied your weakness, studied the way your thoughts, how he knew what you ate on. You opened your mouth and you told him. He knew what he threw, but when you open your mouth or you acted out on what he put on you, that's how they knew it had its effect on you. You either acted it out or you open up your mouth and you spoke it. I feel they got them. So now I know they're eating. Or when it gets you to operate in the little feeling you felt, stay home today. Don't go there today. You're tired. When you submitted it to it, it came from out of the spirit realm. Because God never works against himself. He never fights against what he told you. Forsake not the assembly of yourself from coming together. So who you think will keep you out? It's for a purpose. Let me tell you why it's for a purpose. The key is the word you need to hear. That particular word, the devil said, don't let them hear this word. That word's going to transform them. Keep them home today. Give them a headache. Do you know spirits will physically work in your physical body? It will be so real to you till it will be believable. And your headache or your sickness will only last until church is over. It don't stop you from TV. It don't stop you from going to mamas and eating. It don't stop you from riding through the city. You better understand how this thing works in the spirit realm. And the moment you keep listening to this spirit and say, I got them, they don't even realize it's me. I'm seducing them to do exactly what I want them to do. They say Jesus is their Lord, but they don't do what he said. They don't even recognize when not their master talking to them. Now that's when it's bad. When you don't even recognize it's no longer your master talking to you. It is a deceptive spirit outwitting you with superior. Now listen what it is. Outwit me with superior craftiness. Superior. That means he's so sharp and so intelligent with his mind. Even if you analytical and you are a thinker, he said, I'm superior because I came out of the spirit realm. I'm superior and I surpass the knowledge you come up with. So the only way you can defeat him, you have to stick with the word. That is the only thing that trumps superior knowledge. Truth. Say Exapatao. Say it means to seduce completely. All right, let's look at your timeline. I want to say now, I need you to write this on your paper because this is the particular spirit. It emphasizes the impact of deception. Say Exapatao emphasizes the impact of deception. That means the full weight of what deception does will begin to run through your life. Now, I want you to look. If you do not have your timeline sheet, get your timeline. I took the time to labor because I really wanted y'all to see how this spirit runs a long thread. We're in the 15th chapter, 2 Samuel, 15th chapter, but I'm going to bounce back and forth. We've already dealt with King David. I want you to read 2 Samuel 12, 9 through 12. 2 Samuel 12, 9 through 12. 2 Samuel 12, 9 through 12. Okay, ready?
Yes, I'm waiting.
Timeline. Listen, here is the prophetic word that is prophesied over King David. What you did in private shall no longer be done in private. Let me say this to you. If the devil draws you into a deceptive plan and it's done in private, then what's going to happen is when it comes out on the other end, it shall be public exposure. Because God will never cover deception. Let's read it. Look at what it says. Wherefore hast thou? Right? My God. Did David really lift the sword? He didn't physically did it, but God said you did it. You just used somebody's hand. Let me tell you something. You are guilty if you destroy somebody and it was your hand that literally opened the door for somebody to get destroyed. You add your 2 cents in it and they was destroyed by your words of your mouth or the actions of what you done. You are guilty. Well, you say, I didn't do it. No, but you literally spoke it into somebody weak enough to fall into the web and you really did destroy it. When God judged the matter, he gonna look and see who started it. Where did it originate from? Oh man, it's dangerous. The originator will not get rid of this. Come on.
And has taken his wife to be thy wife.
What you say, and you took his wife. Now God said that was his wife. But you took her to be your wife. I don't even acknowledge her as your wife. You took his wife. You killed him with the sword and you took that man's wife and made her your wife. Oh boy. Come on here.
And has slain him with the sword of the children.
The children of Ammon.
The children of Ammon.
And then he goes on to expose to him how you killed him. You used your enemy in battle to kill him. You ordered this. You ordered his death. You better understand how deception works. Your hand may not be involved, but your mind of your operation was. Ooh, this is dangerous. Come on.
Now therefore the sword shall never depart from thine house,
Oh my God.
because thou hast despised me.
He said, you what?
Despised
He
me.
said, look, your art was against me, David. I'm the one set you up as king. You despised me. You did not regard the office I set you in. Oh my God. Then he said, you killed the man, and you used somebody else's hand to do it. Then you took his wife and made his wife your wife. Now you know when God still acknowledges somebody as somebody else's wife, you better know you in danger.
And hast taken the wife of Uriah the Hittite to be thy wife.
Oh my God.
This said the Lord, behold, I will raise up evil against thee.
Thus saith the Lord. Now pay attention.
Behold, I will raise up evil against thee out of thine own house, and I will take thy wives before thine eyes, and give them unto thy neighbor.
What?
And he shall lie with thy wives in the sight of this son.
He said, okay, you did it in private, but here is the word of the Lord over you. I'm going to make it public. Your wives and your family line going to be taken. And it's going to be done in broad daylight. That's what happened to Tamar. You don't think everybody knew about that? Because it got back to the king. It got back to the king what had happened. But he did nothing about it. Finish 12.
For thou didst it secretly.
What?
For thou didst it secretly. But I will do this thing before all Israel and before the sun.
Now listen to me. Nothing in private will go uncovered. Any private meeting, any private situation that you got yourself involved in, and you offered your little piece in private. He said, oh, you did this in private. It's going to come back. And whoever you did it with, now listen to me, if you did it with your blood, it's going to come down your bloodline. But if you did it with somebody who was not your natural blood, then that means whatever you involved in, that same deception is going to come back at you. Let me show you how David opened it to his kingdom. Can we walk the timeline? Amen. Let's hit. You see the first block? David slept with Uriah's wife in an attempt to cover it up in private. You see where those scriptures are. Second block. King David makes Uriah what? A victim of deception. You see where those scriptures are. You already went over this. I'm just kind of rolling through. Block 3. King David opens the door for deception to infest his kingdom. Let's go there and read it. Let's go to 2 Samuel 11. See, when you involve not only your family, but you involve somebody out your family line, you just open up the door for deception to hit you more than one way. King David opened the door when he involved Joab. When Joab was involved, he opened the door. Deception flooded his kingdom now. It didn't just stay in his family line. Now, let's see how this thing went all the way to the thread of his kingdom.
And it came to pass in the morning.
Start at the 11th verse. Let me see, is that the one I want? Yes. Yes, that's what I'm for. Verse 14. 14 to 16, and then 18 to 21.
And it came to pass in the morning that David wrote a letter to Joab and sent it by the hand of Uriah. And he wrote in the letter saying, set ye Uriah in the forefront of the hottest battle, and retire ye from him, that he may be smitten and die. And then 18. Then Joab sent and told David all the things concerning the war, and charged the messenger, saying, when thou hast made an end of telling the matters of the war unto the king, and if so be that the king's wrath arise, and he say unto thee, wherefore approaches ye so nigh unto the city when ye did fight? Know ye not that they would shoot from the wall? who smote Abimelech, the son of Jezreel? Did not a woman cast a piece of a millstone upon him from the wall, that he died in Tebez? Why went ye nigh the wall? Thou say thou, thy servant Uriah the Hittite is dead also.
Now stop right there. Now here the commander knew David is a warman. He's a worshiper, but he's a warrior. He understood the kind of man he was serving. He understood, oh my God, when he says to you, why I put these people in a place that I knew for sure they would die, here's what you would tell them at the end, because this is what you really wanted. You wanted Uriah dead. Make sure you tack on there and tell him, and Uriah, your servant, is dead. Watch David's response. That he knew David would be angry because you got my men killed. David never loved, he never wanted to lose one person. But for the sake of killing and covering up his deception, I'll overlook this. Leaders, you have to watch out this. You can become a victim to this spirit of cover up. You can look at deception and see it and cover it up. When you do it, you have just sealed your fate. It will not leave your life now. It will wait for you, and it'll wait for you to be in position, and it will uncover. And that spirit will start to show up. People will show up on your job underhanded, stealing money, taking stuff. I mean, you ain't gonna be able to trust your back nowhere. You know why? Because you opened the door to deception. Look at David. Oh my God.
So the messenger went and came and showed David all that Joab had sent him for. And the messenger said unto David, surely the men prevailed against us and came out unto us into the field.
Just to save time, go down to the point to see what David said about.
Then David said unto the messenger, thou shalt thou say unto Joab, let not this thing displease thee.
Don't you be discouraged by this. See, because you done told me what I really wanted to know. I needed to know, was my cover up covered up? And now that Uriah's dead, by no chance will this thing be able to uncover now. Because I done killed it. And now I can take his wife, and it can look like it's the normal, natural thing. I married her, and she got pregnant right away because she just had a cycle. Oh my God. This is, now when you get very elaborate in your deception, you have just loosed one of the most hellish spirits through your line. He has just opened the door. Now pay attention, somewhere else Joab is going to come up, because Joab now was his head commander. Now it's in his kingdom. It ain't just in his bloodline, it's in his kingdom. Oh, wait till it unravels. It's going. Now let's go here, go to block 4. You see, deception, in order to get delivered from it, deception must what? You can see that on your own. Read that later. And listen how he's confronted. Now pay attention to this, because the devil will try to duplicate what God does. When God is ready to set you free, he will send somebody from his kingdom. When the devil wants to hook you up, he will come to you when you're in a vulnerable place. Let me show you the two. Here, in this place, the Lord exposes David by what? Using a parable. And the Lord judged the matter. Go down here, number 6. A seed of corruption starts to form in Joab. Who was Joab? That was the commander. Let's look at it. You wouldn't even know it, but you have to pay attention. Let's do 2 Samuel 12, 26 to 28. Remember what I said? Once you open the door to this deception, it will start to plant itself all around you. You have to pay attention. Let's see how it starts to form. Because when Joab first started, he was innocent. But when he willingly participated and put Uriah in a place he knew would kill him, now There was an open door in him to come back. I want you to see. Let's go in here. You're going to see how the door to the demonic was opened up in David's life through Joab. Let's look where the seed was formed. 2 Samuel 12, 26 through 28.
And Joab fought against Rabbah of the children of Ammon and took the royal city. And Joab sent messengers to David and said, I have fought against Rabbah and have taken the city of waters.
Stop right here. Now notice, this is David's head commander. You're not supposed to be operating for yourself anyway. So whatever victories you win it in the name of your king. I want you to pay attention to what happened. See where his mouth started to expose his heart. And so what ended up happening, he goes down there in a very prestigious place and he wins the city of water. Let's keep reading.
Now therefore gather the rest of the people together and encamp against the city and take it, lest I take the city and it be called after my name.
Oh, wait. Now I want y'all to see the seed. Now you ain't, number one, you representing the king. How is it going to be called after your name? Unless something crooked done got inside you. You opening up your mouth, you starting to talk. When you are representing someone else, you're not representing yourself. So whatever victory is won, you won in the name of the person you serving. See, here is the beginning of the form of the seed, but it didn't look like that. He said, you come on down here. Wait a minute, you the commander. You the one got the army with you. Y'all go on in there. You already just conquered it. Go on in there and finish the work. If the heart is right, you ain't gonna take the victory nowhere, will you?
Amen.
Come on, if the heart is right, he said, but you come on down here, lest all of this be accredited to me. Now that seemed real, he really wanted his king to be seen. Well, but let's see. Because see, when that thing started to form in you, you don't realize that it's a very dangerous place when you start to get influence. You can fall subject to this spirit because you can start to undermine and cause deception and turmoil in the house because a seed is in you wrong. Okay, let's go. Let's look at the next block.
And
did you say, okay, that's good. Now let's go. 7th block, King David gives occasion for his son to go war with each other. Let's go here, 2 Samuel, look, 13, 1 through 6. He gives what? An occasion for his sons. By him operating in deception, let's see the occasion he calls within his sons.
And it came to pass after this that Absalom, the son of David, had a fair sister, whose name was Tamar, and Ammon, the son of David, loved her. And Ammon was so vexed that he fell sick for his sister Tamar, for she was a virgin. And Amnon thought it hard for him to do anything to her. But Amnon had a friend whose name was Jonadab, the son of Shineah, David's brother, and Jonadab was very subtle man.
Stop here. Now this is the nephew of David. This one is very, now look what he say. He's a very subtle man. He's very crafty. Since Amnon could not come up with a plan, here David's brother, his nephew, he comes up with a skillful plan. Here is how you do this. Now this tell me this man was so full of deceit that he worked plans against you. Be careful you ain't got folks around you who work plans of deceit. These are the thinkers of it. They think it up. They think the plan. They put the plan together. You got some people who can't put it together, but they can carry it out. But then you got those that can put it together. Very deceptive. It can destroy your business. Listen to me. If you get somebody in your business who is jealous or they undermining you, they talk about you behind your back, let me tell you something, you better get rid of them, because that thing will infest your business, your classroom. If you perceive you got parapro in there and they crooked, ooh, they try to set you up. You give them assignment to do, they purposely botch it. You better watch it, baby. You better get that person out of there. You better go to prayer and say, Lord, they got to be moved immediately. Immediately they got to go, because what's going to happen is they that don't have a teaching degree going to cause you to lose yours. Oh, y'all better understand how this thing works, baby. Wherever craftiness is, it doesn't just stay in the church. Don't just think church, baby. Deception comes outside of the church. See, it came outside of David's family. It's in his kingdom. Wait till we walk the timeline and see how deep and entrenched Exapatao is the full impact of deception. It will destroy you. Every time you think you done built something, that spirit will tear it down. All right, let's go to the next one. So Jonadab, the cousin, he takes this elaborate plan. And here's the next one, block 8. Tamar becomes the what? Victim. You remember I told you Exapatao is, it makes you a victim of deception. When this spirit is in operation, he or she is innocent, but because David is blinded. Let me tell y'all something. You can get blinded by family, and you can get blinded by friends. That's why you got to stay kingdom. If you don't stay kingdom, you will get sucked in a deceptive plan, and you won't even know you sucked into it. Sucked in there. See, Joab initially got sucked in. He didn't know he was just following the king. But the second time he knew. My God, my God, my God. All right, let's go on. So she becomes, you see that in that block. Go to block 9. Amnon, King David's son, deceived the king and victimizes his sister. You're going to see that in 2 Samuel 13, 11 through 16. See, now it's supposed to be public. What you did privately, remember what the word of the Lord was? Now it's going to be public before everybody. That was the very first one I told you in 2 Samuel 12. It's going to come public. Lifetime ain't got nothing on the Bible. You want to hear some real stories? Read the Bible. My. The Bible tell you sometimes, say, my God, this is some serious stuff up in here. It's some serious stuff. King David, you're going to read. I'm just trying to get to where I really want to go, so we're going through the time block, okay? Now, let's go to block 10. King David's son, Absalom, sees his sister has been violated and conspire a plan to kill. Let's go to 2 Samuel 13, 18 through 20. Now, look at where the seed of deception is planted in Absalom. Now remember, the seed of deception is planted in Joab. He gives away with his mouth. He said, come on down here, lest I get the credit. This city be named after me. You ain't supposed to be fighting for yourself, no way. Now let's look at Absalom. Here's the son. I want to show you. He has opened the door to both places because he sent the messenger out there with a letter. So you now involve an innocent person into your deceptive plan. You open the door to this.
And she had a garment of divers colors upon her. For with such robes were the king's daughters that were virgins apparelled. Then his servant brought her out and bolted the door after her. And Tamar put ashes on her head and rent her garment of divers colors that was on her, and laid her hand on her head and went on crying. And Absalom her brother said unto her, Hath Amnon thy brother been with thee? But hold
Stop
now.
right there. Now, how would he have known that just because she was crying? Let me tell you how. Every virgin wore a coat of colors. It was the pride of every virgin to have on a very decorative robe that told everybody she's a virgin. She's clean. She's pure. The first thing she did when she was kicked out, and listen, this is a dirty devil. Not only do I rape you, I kick you out and I lock the door. Say, don't you ever come back in here again after I done took your virginity. She comes out because she understands what just happened. Nobody will marry me now because she's no longer a virgin. She rips off her clothing. She throws dirt. It shows I'm in heavy mourning. Absalom walks up and he knows what done happened. You are outside of my brother's house. Your robe, your virgin robe is off for you, and you are mourning, grieving. Can you imagine to walk up and see your flesh and blood? Can you imagine walking out there and see somebody done rape your daughter? No, you can't imagine keeping the same mind. That's what happened to him. Rage filled inside of him, the seed of deception. Because you my brother, I can't just kill you like I want to right now. So I got to devise a plan. Same thing as Daddy did. Let's look. Let's look at it. Did you finish reading?
No, ma'am. But hold now thy peace, my sister. He is thy brother. Regard not this thing. So Tamar remained desolate in her brother Absalom's house.
Can you imagine how that disturbed this man now? Now she's with me. Nobody's never gonna marry her. He's so angry. This man here is one who devises deception. He devises this one here. He plots it. He puts it together. He's like Jonadab. Jonadab was the same kind. He was full of deception. This was the cousin, the nephew of King David. He's the one that put the plan how to get Tamar in the house, how to get your daddy. Listen what he said. How to get your daddy to agree to get your sister to come cook for you. Play real sick in the bed and say this, and please let her cook the cake so I can see her. What do you care about? Why do you have to see her for her to cook the food? See, you got a plan in your heart. I want to see this young 18-year-old. Can you imagine everything tight, tucked, pulled, lifted, ain't nothing out of place? Everything is right where it was supposed to be. See, I want y'all to paint the picture just like it is. She is tender, tucked, fresh. Probably her skin look immaculate because she the king's daughter. Now you got to understand, they took care of their skin. They bathed their skin in all of these different oils. So can you imagine her skin probably look immaculate? Her hair probably, because she probably had, all them little concubines in there. Somebody had to brush that baby. And y'all, I want you to paint the picture the way it is. So the scripture says she was so fair to look at. She was so absolutely gorgeous. Amnon was sick. Now you got to be desperate. He's sick. This is why daddies got to watch their daughters, because when they nice, tender, and tucked, they ain't thinking the way a young male think. They ain't even got a clue. So you got to have somebody in place to watch you. David, nothing came to his mind because he was full of deception too. But now the prophecy is about to unfold before him. Is it making sense to you? The timeline of deception. Okay, where did we stop at? So he told her, remain in the house. You come here, because now something is about to happen. 11th block. King David knew about what happened, closed his eyes, and did not confront the deception. Anytime deception is not confronted, it gives room for it to grow. It will grow. Listen to me. If you got deception wherever it is at, if you do not confront it, it's going to fester and it's going to kill like cancer. Let me tell all of you that got businesses, if you got deceptive people in your business and you just passively let it go, it's going to kill like cancer. Well, I just don't know how to let them go. What do you mean you don't know how to let them go? I just don't know how to say it. Keep them right there. And well, the next time when your big money gets stolen, where it feel like cancer, the devil will set you up and put something in your heart. must be confronted. Oh my God, oh my God. Okay, where are we at? Let's go over to block 12. Absalom goes into operation. Go to 2 Samuel 13, 22 to 26.
And Absalom spoke unto his brother Amnon, neither good nor bad.
I ain't got nothing to say to you. I ain't gonna do no talking. Come on, keep going.
For Absalom hated Amnon.
Listen to me. My hatred, it ain't just the kind of, I hate you. I just hate being, it's the kind of hatred that moves you to, I'm going to devise a plan to destroy you. That's how much I hate you. I hate you to that degree. Till you cannot, I can't even suffer you to live. That is a dangerous place to let the devil literally rule you down and pull you all the way down, because the scriptures say the wrath of God does not work the righteousness. The wrath of man does not work the righteousness of God. He hated his brother to such a degree, I can't even talk to you. Be careful that the devil don't put something in your heart. You can't even get into somebody's presence. I can't even talk to you. Baby, that thing will not stay at that place. It's going to fester and it's going to become a monster. He couldn't even talk to his brother, good nor bad. He couldn't confront it. But he said, don't you worry about it. He didn't even tell her the plan. Woo, dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. Watch the quiet one. Read.
Hated Amnon because he had forced his sister Tamar. And it came to pass after 2 full years.
How long?
2 full years.
Listen to me. Now let me tell you what's happened. Exapatao, when that thing get inside of you, it will cause you to become a long-range planner. You will wait until all the thing is set in place. That means I will brew and quiet. I won't say nothing. I will make it look like I'm with the program to destroy you. It took 2 years for Exapatao in him to reach his full wrath. Let's read it. Did we finish that?
And it came to pass after 2 full years that Absalom had sheep shears in Baal Hazor, which is beside Ephraim, and Absalom invited all the king's sons.
Who did he invite?
All the kings.
My, you better watch this plan. Now watch how divisive this plan is. Come on.
And Absalom came to the king and said, behold, now thy servant had sheep shears. Let the king, I beseech thee, and his servants go with thy servant.
Listen what he did. I want to get the king to go with his servants because I need you gone. I want to get rid of you. You remember that he tried to get Uriah to go lay with his wife, but that plan didn't work. So Amnon tried to get King David, come on, go with your servants. Just be with them while they go and shear the sheep. So what does the king say?
And the king said to Absalom, nay, my son, let us not all now go, lest we be chargeable unto thee.
No, this is going to be too much. You want me and all my servants to go? No, see, a reasonable king said, this don't sound like no good plan. Even I know your capacity. This is going to be too much for you. Why should me and my servants go? All my servants. Come on, he's working on something.
And he pressed him.
Look what's happened. See, this Exapatao, this spirit, when it's at work, it starts to weigh on you every day. It's trying to take you down. You don't even realize it's trying to take you down. It keeps on pressing you daily. Constantly talking in your ear. Constantly whispering in your Exapatao. That spirit's trying to take you down. Come on.
Howbeit he would not go.
David stood firmly, just like Uriah. Come on.
But blessed him.
I said, you gone. I bless you. Go and do what you got to do. No, I'm going to stay right here in the palace. Come on.
Then said Absalom, if not, I pray thee, let my brother Amnon go with us.
Hold on. Now, since the first plan didn't work, Amnon's the one that brutally raped my sister. I've been brewing over this plan for 2 years. It took me 2 years to find the plan. well, since you're not working with my first plan, can you imagine? I believe he already thought, if the king don't go. Say that.
He knew his daddy. He knew how his daddy ruled. He knew his daddy wasn't going to go. So they gave him an opportunity to suggest that Amnon go.
Oh, here. See that analytical mind? I love it. I love it. Can you imagine? He already had another plan in place. Now he comes very pacific, just like King David. Put Uriah in a place you know he gonna die. Okay, I really don't need all these brothers, but here's who I really want. Because I know you gonna protect, because you know, I know what done happened. All of us know what done happened, because this is public. And Amnon, come on and come. What do the king say about this?
And the king said unto him, why should he go with me?
Can you look? I like how you said that. You can't. Now even the king, it sprung something. Why? What do you want him to go for? Why is it that you need Amnon? Can you imagine? It's creeping back up in his mind. Oh boy, I don't know. This is a good plan or not to let Amnon go. You got to understand, Amnon is the oldest. He's the one is in place, set for the next one that will rule on the throne. The oldest person is supposed to rule the throne. Why should he go? See, can you imagine? David probably thinking in his mind, I know that Absalom, he was like this as a child. He holds stuff till the dirt is worn over. He don't let stuff go real easy. So why should Amnon go? Well, let's see what he say.
But Absalom pressed him.
Oh my God.
That he let Amnon and all the king's son go with him.
Listen to me. Can you imagine? He probably was the same way as a child. He pressed his father and pressed his father. He worked till he got up under his father's skin. Now the plan is in place. He worked him until he was able to release Amnon. Did you get to the 26th verse? You remember I put down there, he did exactly what his father did the first time. The first plan didn't work. We go to the second one. Go to block 13. Absalom steps up his plans of deception. Let's look and see. Same thing his father did. Let's see. I told you, when deception get in this bloodline, if you do not kill it in you, it's gonna show up in your children. 2 Samuel 13, 27 and 28. Let's look at it.
But Absalom pressed him that he let Amnon and all the king's son go with him. Now Absalom had commanded his servants, saying, mark ye now when Amnon's heart is merry with wine, and when I say unto you, smite Amnon, then kill him. Fear not, have not I commanded you? Be courageous and be vigilant.
He brought his servants, listen to what happened. He brought his servants up under an evil influence. Same thing his daddy did. Got Uriah drunk, but because Uriah was righteous from the inside, he had a cause. I can't go do this even drunk. Here's Absalom said, let's make him real drunk. And when he's real drunk, can you imagine? He probably thought, now Amnon is strong. Now, I don't think we can lick him if he got a straight head. So let's get him drunk. I want y'all to see how that thing. Look, we better get him so intoxicated he can't even see you to hit you straight because he's so drunk. I'm telling you, lifetime ain't got nothing on the Bible. He say, and when he's what?
And when I say unto you, it say, mark ye now when Amnon's heart is merry with wine. And when I say unto you, smite Amnon.
Now, get him where he ain't got a care in the world. Set him up that he's so drunk, he's so intoxicated until his guards are down. That way he said, let his heart be so merry, his guards are down. And when his guards are down, he won't even know you fist to strike him. Y'all better understand, Exapatao. It like to get people at a disadvantage. That spirit will get in and it will destroy you. When you don't even see it coming, bam, and destroy them. God have mercy. You see how dangerous? This spirit emphasizes the impact of deception. You don't just stop there. All right, let's go on. Did we finish the twin? Did we finish that? Okay, go ahead. Look, Absalom. Notice what happened. Absalom, servants involved in the plot. Same thing David did. Let's look at his 2 Samuel 13:29.
And the servants of Absalom did unto Amnon as Absalom had commanded.
My God.
Then all the king's sons arose, and every man gat him up unto his mule and fled.
Now understand, now we just go back to the camp. Here we going back to the camp. A messenger brings David, all your sons are killed. Who brought that lie? Who brought that lie there? Had the man all worked up. Jonadab knows the inside scoop on the deception. Who's Jonadab? Jonadab is the one who devised the plan for Tamar. It's the cousin. He seems to know. You know what? Because he knew what was going to happen before they even left. So he's able to tell the king, he's got an answer. Watch these folks that know everything about what's going on deceptive. You may have a plan in it. You probably got a part in it. Oh my God. Look at here. 2 Samuel 13:32 and 33.
And it came to pass, while they were in the way, that tidings came to David, saying, Absalom has slain all the king's sons, and there is not one of them left. Then the king arose and tore his garments and lay on the earth, and all his servants stood by with their clothes rent.
My God. He brought great grief. But now here's this deceptive messenger. 32 is the one. Is that the one I need?
Yes. And Jonadab, the son of Shimeah, David's brother, answered and said, Let not my servants suppose that they have slain all the young men, the king's sons, for Amnon only is dead.
He wasn't even there. How did he know that? I said he wasn't there. How did he know? He heard the same message like King David. How did he know the inside scoop? Because he was a part of it. This spirit, Exapatao, loves to draft people into it, into its plan. This is a very deceptive spirit. Let's go to the second page. Let's move it. We got to move it now, okay? Now, I'm not going to read all of them now because I want to get down to the heart, and let's try to roll it on through, okay? David come from, now notice what happened. 16 block. David is in conflict in his emotions. He's in emotional pain. You're going to find that in 2 Samuel 13:36 through 39. I'm not going to read all of that. But Joab, here comes Joab, come again, the commander. He discerns, he picks up that King David is in turmoil. He takes advantage of him when he's in emotional pain. Look at what it said. Joab, King David's commander-in-chief, he goes into a deceptive plan and plans against the king. He gets a woman, he tells a woman, he puts the words in the woman's mouth. Now understand, Satan is fixed to reduplicate what the prophet did. He brings before David a scenario that's just like his own. Here's Joab, the commander, tells the woman, here is what I want you to say. Say it like this. He uses the plan exactly what David just experienced with his own sons. I want you to go in there, act like a woman who is in heavy mourning. Don't put no makeup on. Don't look greased up. Look like you depressed. Look like you in need of the king to make resolution for you. And here is what I want you to tell him. Joab tells her explicitly exactly what to say in detail. But David picks it up. Let's look at here. Let's go up here. Because y'all going to read that on. King David discerns that Joab put this together in 18 block. Go down to, I think it's the 21st. Let's see if that's the exact verse. I just want to get Joab 2 Samuel 14, 18, 20. Just get to the one where the king asked the woman.
And the king said, is not the hand of Joab with thee in all this?
What? Say, even he done picked up. After all of this long rigmarole, here this woman, wait a minute, this sounds real like my case. What they tried to do is reproduce what God did in the king through the prophet. But what he did is a deceptive plan. He found a deceptive woman to come and reproduce what God did. But notice when he came, the prophet brought David to repentance. She ended up brought David into a plan where now Absalom gets in to set up his tyranny and set up his reign. Let's look at that. Let's go over to block 19. David makes an emotional move that shakes his kingdom. That's 2 Samuel 14, 21. 20th block. Set up to be brought down by Absalom. Now you got to understand, the 3 years while Absalom is away, guess who brought him back? Joab. Joab brought him back. Joab went before the king, set up a scenario, a deceptive scenario, moved him to make a decision while he was in emotional pain. Let me tell y'all something. You are in danger when you are in emotional pain. When you got something broken in you, the devil will talk to your emotions. Guard your emotions when your emotions are fragmented. David was not on his A game. He was in conflict. Amnon, my firstborn, is dead. Absalom is gone. I love him, but I can't look at him because you killed the heir to the throne. You killed Amnon. He was supposed to be my heir. You killed him. I cannot see you. So here Joab goes into his plan. Let's go to the next one. I want to show you. Absalom, while he is away, he knows I cannot become an heir unless I get back in. I got to get back in, and I got to fake reconciliation. Y'all better watch this thing. Let's go over here. I'm skipping down the block so y'all can read it. Go over here to block 22. Let's look at it. 2 Samuel 14, 25 through 28. Absalom is so full of pride. He's full of himself. He thinks he's entitled to a position. This opens him up to deception. He comes back in. He has to play the role. He knows he cannot become king unless he's reconciled to the king. So he's not there because I love the king. He's there because I want your throne. Oh God, make sure you ain't in place for the wrong thing. He comes back for one reason. It belongs to me because I done killed the firstborn. I'm the next oldest. It ain't nobody but Solomon. It don't belong to him. See his pride? Oh my God. Let's read the 14:33 really quick.
So Joab came to the king and told him. And
Verse 33. Is that verse 33? I want to get the one where he reconciles, where he fakes reconciliation. So Joab, go down. Let's see. Yeah. Go ahead.
So Joab came to the king and told him. And when he had called for Absalom, he came to the king. He came to the king and bowed himself on his face to the ground before the king. And the king kissed Absalom.
He has to fake the role of a place of humility. He comes in, he plays it good. He knows I cannot become king unless I get restored to my father. I'm not being restored because I love my daddy. I'm not being restored because I want to be here. I want what you have. I want your throne. So he comes in and he fake humble. He was full of pride. But in order to get your stuff, I gotta act like I'm as humble as pie. 23rd block. Look what it says. Absalom gained public status before the people. He on purpose acted in a friendly, deceptive manner. Listen what he does. You can read that part on your own. He goes into operation. The king did not put him as an advisor. He put himself there. He goes and stands beside the gate. So when the people are on their way to the king, he stops and he calls out to them. He now began to marshal and begin to say, oh, if somebody would make me, the deputy here, I can do that. I can handle your problems. I believe I'll be able to answer it justly. Yeah, he campaigning. He was winning political power. Now listen what he did. He went to the extent, give me a hand, kissing the people. I see you've been so depressed. Ain't nobody picked it up. I don't know what's wrong with these people. He used affection. He hugged them. He kissed them. Can you imagine? Physical touch. As you touching somebody, something happened in the physical touch. Oh my God. And he did it to all the people. He stole the heart of the people. My God. See that 6th verse real quick. Lord have mercy. I got 2 minutes. Come on, y'all. Let's try to run. Let's see what. And it came to pass after that, Solomon. And on this manner did Absalom to all Israel that came to the king for judgment. So Absalom did what?
The hearts of the men of Israel.
He stole their heart. Now notice what he went to. He particularly went to the men. He gathered the men. He stole them. Absalom waits. Now look at what happened. Here's what I need you to read. 2 Samuel 15, 7 through 9. Absalom waits a full 40 years. After he's back in, look, I told you he's a long-range planner. Y'all better watch. If you got people around you that's around you for the wrong purpose, this thing is very deceptive. He's a long-range planner. He waited full 40 years. It took 40 years to get this plan. 40 years now. See, he's a long-range planner. Exapatao don't just get you immediately. It will plan a long-range plan. That means that spirit can work on your job for years. Y'all better hear what I say. It could be on your job for years. Have won you over. You don't think these people gonna do you in. Oh, God, have mercy. Exapatao, man. And you are convinced they wouldn't do this to you. You don't even see it coming to you. You don't even see this thing about to stab you in the back. Oh my God, Exapatao. This is a dangerous thing. 40 years of kissing them people, hugging those people, blocking those people from getting to the king. Don't you go to them pastors. Don't you tell them pastors nothing. You better watch that deceptive spirit. How dare you usurp authority? Now Absalom is usurping authority. He has placed himself as king in the lives of those people. And you're going to see their false agenda, 7 through 9. Let's go to the 25th verse. Here Absalom used the innocent to work his deceptive plan. Read 15, 10 to 11. Really quick.
But Absalom sent spies throughout all the tribes of Israel, saying, as soon as you hear the sound of the trumpet, then you shall say, Absalom reigned in Hebron.
Now, the 7 through 9 show he went to the king. Verses 7 through 9. He went to the king. He asked the king now, after he's in good, he's been there 40 years. Hey, can I go to Hebron? Hey, can I go up to Hebron? He has another plan. He's using affection. Y'all better see this. He's using affection and emotion to pull the people on his side. Do y'all see how this Exapatao is? It's so dangerous. People will win you with flattery. They don't really love you, but they, oh, I love you. Oh, you just look so. Come on. He goes to Hebron. He sends spies out. He said, here's what you want to do. When you hear this, when you hear the sound, I want you to announce, because I done won the people now. I need you to announce Absalom reign. Last verse, last block. I want y'all to read it on your own, okay? 2 Samuel 15, 12 through 13. King David's close advisors are called to Absalom's feast. Isn't that something? Ahithophel. Who is Ahithophel? Ahithophel was David's counselor. This was the one that knew inside out of the kingdom. This was the one that you would turn your right hand man. Come here, stand here for a moment. Look here. And listen, now he's about to show enough to destroy the king now. See, now in order to destroy, I got to get your counselor, that right hand man, away from you. He calls him innocently to a feast. He doesn't know that he's about to be taken down. He calls him there a dinner of deception. Read them 2 verses and then y'all finish the story. Exapatao, it reaches the full impact. David had to run and flee until God gives him a plan to get the kingdom back.
And Absalom sent for Ahithophel, the Gilonite, David's counselor from his city. He was sent.
David's who?
Counselor.
Why does he need David counselor? Hold on here. Why do you think he needs David counselor? Talk to your mind. Why do you think he needs David counselor?
Because he's the one probably advising him, giving him advice on things.
Yeah. And so why would you want the advisor?
Because you can distort what you
Hello, come on, say what?
That's the right hand man. The advisor is your right hand man.
Okay. Why would you want the right hand man?
Because he
Right. Confidence. He's confident to the king. So therefore, you can give me information that can help me continue whatever. Yeah.
Hey. Say it on the mic.
You're feeding the counselor what you want him to give to the king.
There you go. So right now, listen, Ahithophel, he was brought to the feast not knowing why he was brought there. So that you can send him back to do it in. But somebody sent a message to David to tell David, they got your counselor. Your counselor is down there with your enemy. This is what he was really all about from the beginning. He did not come back here because his heart was with you. He came back because he said, I am the next oldest and I am the heir to the throne. So now since you won't give it to me, because you got to remember he was banished from the king. So as long as the people knew he was banished, nobody was going to touch him. He had to wait till he was back in the camp and wait till he built influence. And once he built influence, he began his divisive plan.
If you enjoyed today's message and you feel God is leading you to sow a seed that will further His kingdom, we have 3 ways to give, which can be found on our website, boldasalion.org, or Dr. Denise Walker on Facebook.